In this video, I'm going to be making the Pillsbury Funfetti Oreo cake. Well, it has Oreo cookie pieces. It's a chocolate premium cake mix with Oreo cookie pieces. I also have the Funfetti frosting. These were $1.82 each. I'm going to put the frosting to the side because we don't need it right now. What you do need for this recipe is you need half a cup of oil, 1 cup of water, and 3 whole eggs. You need to set your oven to 350 degrees, and you need to coat the bottom of a pan with nonstick spray. So you can use 2 8-inch rounds, 2 9-inch rounds. You can use a butt pan. You can make 24 cupcakes. I'm using a 9 by 13-inch pan, and I use the Baker's Joy so that it wouldn't stick. So spray that all around. So what we want to do is, just like with every other cake mix, all you get in here is the mix. You want to take your powder plus your water, oil, and eggs, and you want to mix them together in your bowl for 2 minutes until it's all combined. Just want to take the whole thing and pour it into your pan, whatever pan of choice you have. Now just make sure you look at the times, because whatever your pan of choice is, your time is going to be a little bit different. My time is 25 to 28 minutes, so we're going to let it bake for 26 minutes and we'll be back. Our cake baked for 26 minutes. I've let it cool completely cool. So now we're just gonna frost it. And this, if we reviewed another Funfetti Oreo frosting, and it was really, really disappointing because we thought when we opened it, or at least I did, that it would have great big chunks of Oreo all through there. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't have any Oreo in there. It's just plain vanilla frosting. So I mean, it's cheap. I have to say that it's a good price, but it ought to be, because you're just getting vanilla frosting. So this is your Oreo topping. I was just getting it ready, but you just frost your cake just like you would any cake, and it's very, very, very soft. Take your Oreo crumbles. It looks like coffee. That's what it looks like, is coffee. And just sprinkle it all over the top. So our cake, it says prepared. It's 280 calories for 1/10 of the package. The frosting is 140 calories for 2 tablespoons. And yeah, I mean, really, you just have to enjoy it. Hometown Food Company, Madison, Chicago, sorry, it's located on Madison Avenue. It's Chicago, Illinois is where it comes from. So I do think it's interesting that it doesn't have Oreo chunks in the actual frosting, because they could have done that. And of course you could do it yourself. You're only paying $1.82. $1.82 is really cheap for this frosting versus other frostings that we've bought. So
it's 100% vanilla frosting.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, it doesn't taste like the cream in the middle of an Oreo or anything.
No,
it's just their regular old vanilla.
Yes. So if that's great that
I wanted to taste it by itself just to see if it tasted anything like the cream in an Oreo.
And it doesn't. No,
just
it's because we had it before in something else, and it's literally just vanilla.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think that surprised other people too when we discovered that. It's like, oh yeah, why did they even put the Oreo name on it?
Now I do have to say, mixed with the cake and the little crumbles, which really probably don't make much difference at all. It does remind me a little of an Oreo. It's much, much sweeter than an Oreo is, though. Because Oreos have that little bit of bitterness to the cookie, and you really don't get a lot of that bitterness from this.
I wouldn't. Visually, the colors are the same as an Oreo. If you're reaching, it kind of, those little crumbles are literally like they put
dust.
Yeah, it's really so small. If they had been like bigger chunks, I think it would have been better, because then you would have got a chunk of a cookie, and then you would have really tasted it. By it being as fine as ground coffee, you're really not getting a burst of that Oreo cookie flavor.
It's literally for decoration.
To me, this is a complete gimmick. It's a complete, and I mean, the Funfetti name, there's no fun, the whole thing about Funfetti is those colorful pieces. Funfetti, the name's on here, you're not getting that. The Oreo name's on here, you're really not getting that. I mean, and I don't taste the Oreo in the cake.
No,
it just tastes like a chocolate cake.
I got a little piece of cookie from the cake, because the cake does have little pieces of Oreo in it. It does. But they're so spread out that you don't get many of them. I got one. You still didn't. You can taste it.
I really think, though, it would have been beneficial to add chunks. If you had gotten a hunk of an Oreo.
In the frosting, you mean? Or
in the cake, too,
in the cake.
to get more.
It needed more.
There's not enough.
Yeah, it needed a lot more.
Yeah, so there's not enough chunks in the mix to get the Oreo.
To say it's Oreo.
Yeah, so if you really, just do it yourself. Just do it yourself.
You're better off buying a sleeve or two of
buy your
Oreos.
own package of Oreos. Get any flavor you want. You could do your own flavor. You could crumble them up, put them in the mix, bake your cake, and then you could crumble them and put them on top. I mean, but this is cheap. I do have to say that. $1.82. It's dirt cheap for a cake and frosting. Nobody's going to complain about it. But we're reviewing it on what it's saying on the box, and it just doesn't match up.
No, because the only Oreo in that cake mix is a very few little crumbled pieces of Oreo, and it's not very many. And the only Oreo in that Funfetti frosting is the dirt you sprinkle on top. I mean, it's literally very, very little bit.
It is a dark chocolate cake. It's not like it's not a lighter, just a sweet chocolate. It is darker because it's representing the Oreo. So just know that.
Yeah. It's a good cake. I think it's a good cake, but the Oreo is a gimmick.
Exactly. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.